Hey everybody, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Underrail, shall we? Alright, here we are in the Oculus, and I believe at this point we have now talked to everyone, so we can go and see about helping out as if here. Tell me about the assignment. There lived a man, and it could be that he still lives, named Whit Nosek. A long time ago, he used to work for BioCorps, the old BioCorps, before Underrail Protectorate takeover. Way before. He worked on a project called the Ark. The exact details of the project are unknown to me, but I do know it was related to some manner of life longevity research. What I do know is that near the end of his time with BioCorps, he made a major breakthrough in his research. Unfortunately, those were chaotic times, and he ended up not sharing these results with his colleagues before he fled from the organization. I need to know what these results were, and I suspect that Whit is the only man that can help us with that. I don't know where he is or if he's alive at all, so getting this information will surely not be easy. You'll have our knowledge database to help you in your investigation though, so I suggest you start there. You can access it through a console in the geopolitical room near the holographic map. Alright? Over there by our good buddy. Alright, see you later. Here's the geopolitical room, if I am thinking correctly, and here's the console. Alright, I need to... let's see... project files? The Ark? Yep. Project name, the Ark. Participants, Alexei Makar, Whit Nosek, Njord Abbott, and it was at the Panacea Lab in Upper Underrail. Ooh, I'm going to have to go to Upper Underrail. Little is known about this project, aside from that it most certainly dealt with human life longevity research. Okay? And let me look at... information on Whit Nosek. He's a geneticist from old BioCorps. He was a second circle scientist, meaning that most of his personal and professional life info was classified, resulted in very limited information on what we have on him today. He was dismissed from Arima by unknown member of the First Circle. He spent several years on minor projects before being reassigned to the Ark. Following the Hollow Earth incident, Whit defected from BioCorps, and from that point in time his movements remain largely unknown. It is likely, though, that assuming he's still alive and scientifically active, he would choose Core City as his residence, where he'd be out of reach of BioCorps and Protectorate while still having access to some scientific equipment. I see. Okay, let me go back then and check project files. What's this Arima project? Purpose unknown, and there were only 2 participants that they knew of, and one of them got kicked out. Okay. Let's see. Use a key card. Back. I don't have a key card. Exit. Alright. So, it looks like then Core City is where things are happening. So, I'm just going to go ahead and drink a brew and use the rift. We will go to the dude's home and buy some more brew, then go back to Core City and start poking around looking for a scientist named Whit Nosek, and who better to ask than our good buddy... oh, he doesn't have any. John the Beautiful. We know where you are, John. We're coming for you. Ah, John. So beautiful. I need some specific information. I need to know about Wit Nosek. Hey, pal, listen to me. I actually don't know who that is. Never heard the name before. Some help you are. You'll be back. You'll need me. You know anything? Thanks anyway. I changed my mind. Information. I need to know about Biocore, I guess, but... Nah, none of this is about that. See you around. Well, geez. Now I'm stumped. So let's start talking to people in this area. The barman. Anybody who might know. I'd like to ask you about some people, Gene. The Cyclops is finally gone. Yep, we got that Cyclops out of here. Regular folk? Wit, non-residents. Merchants? No, I can't even ask him about Wit Nosek. Who's Sophie? You approach a girl in her late teens. It's easy to notice how much she stands out of the drunken, shabby crowd around her. Expensive clothing and jewelry, neat and orderly hair, gentle hands with colorful nails, meticulously done makeup, all of which are being held together by a supercilious attitude. It seeps from her dull gaze, which probably used to looking down at people. Is she a rich girl? Lazily crawls up your body to meet your eyes and to reveal her utter boredom. Hey, Zoner, what's up? I'm not a Zoner, I'm Dr. Incompetent. Whatever. Y'all look like Zoners to me. Anyway, I'm Sophie, so what do you want? What can you tell me about yourself? I'm bored. Thought I was gonna, like, have some fun here, but no, it's duller than watching mushrooms grow. She makes a brief pause, watching you with some hidden intent. Then her eyes widen as she expresses her demand. Amuse me, Zoner. Excuse me? No, not excuse me, amuse me. Come on, I'm bored. Do something fun. Aren't you worried? What usually amuses you? I'm hard to amuse. She drifts off into deep thought and remains silent for a while. You open your mouth to say something, but at the exact moment she turns to you and speaks again. I was always fascinated with monsters, you know, proper monsters. Weird, spooky, menacing. I had some old books which my dad gave to me when I was little, and they had illustrations of, like, some of the most fascinating creatures I'd ever seen. I wish I could have my own monster so that I could, like, unleash it on the people who bore me. Check this creature out. Show her the captured borer. Oh yeah, I do have that. She takes a long look at the creature. That's gross, but kinda cool. Actually, very, very cool. What is it? It's called a cymorph. Creature that can fuse with whatever it desires and turn it into a part of its body. The ones I saw in Foundry had shells made of hard rock and metallic spikes on its back. Hard freaking core, just hardcore. I want it now. Something cool. Eviscerator. No, gore worm. It can be yours for a price. How much? 300 Karens. She pulls out 300 Karens like it's nothing to her. Take it. This is so hardcore. I'm gonna take him home and give him some hardcore name. Hey, Zoner, you wanna join me? I don't know, maybe you could finally tell me who you really are and I'll see. Fine, I'll tell you, Zoner. I'm Sophia Toloski, daughter of Vlado Toloski. I'm sure you've heard of us, unless you're a real Zoner. Our mansion is in the residential area. Yeah, just by the Praetorian Security Building. I'm going there now. If you want to see me in Blood Eater, nah, that's not hardcore enough. If you want to come over, feel free to do so. Goodbye for now. I might stop by. See ya. The last time I visited some random lady who invited me to hang out, it really went poorly for me, so I don't fancy on meeting up with this lady. Okay. Heidi, Do you know anything about... No. Nope. She doesn't know. I need information about Wit Nosek. Does anyone know this guy? Alright. Oculus says he was working on the ARC project. Oh, you know what I should do? Whoops. Okay, I still have some time left. I should have been smarter back at the Oculus. I should look up his known associates and see if I can find one of them. And then maybe they can lead me to Wit. Like they said Core City, but John the Beautiful knows nothing. So let's try to find some of these other ones. So we know that on the Ark, for example, there was Alexei and Najord worked with them on 2 projects. So let's go to the personal files and let me see more. Back. Oh no, they don't have information on them. I thought for sure, like, maybe if I looked at this, I would be able to get some more info. Anomalies. No, we already looked at that. Project files. Phenotype dynamics. Oh, okay. It was using mutagens to dynamically change phenotypes of a living being in its mature state. It is also known that much of controversy surrounded the Hollow Earth incident is related to this project. Okay. So I can't find information on any of these people. Maybe I could go to Upper Underrail and find a Panacea lab, but that seems like a real long shot. No, he can't help me. Alright. Well, I was thinking maybe I could get some more info. What about this person? Do you know anything about... Phyllis, do you know about it? No. Alright. Well, let's go back to, I guess Core City. That's funny. Alright, well, I haven't talked to... There's a few people. I mean, I could talk to, Gorski. I don't know what he would know. No. Who are my connections here? Man. It gets really scary if I can't talk to... Let's see. Just some of these basic people about it. No. I mean, I could go talk to, like, my Cortec people, I guess. But I don't know if that's even helpful. Maybe it is time to go to upper metro station. Well, maybe I could poke around upper metro and see if I could get to know some things better around the area. Do some quests for some of the people there. Joseph. Let's see. No, he doesn't talk about it. Does the head honcho talk about it? There's scientists all over the place in here. Maybe I can look around inside here and see if he's just like discreetly working for Cortec. Rupert, I need to be alone, says Rupert. It's been a heck of a day. Alright. They've got no info. They're empty of info. Alright. I am not holding out any hopes for this. I'm just poking around and seeing if there just happens to be someone named Whit Nozick standing in the hallway. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go over to the elevator. And I'm going to go to Upper Metro Station. This will be my first time up here, I think. Wow. Oh, look at this. Sammy, Zilla. Who are these people? Damn it. Zilla. The young woman greets you with a broad smile, revealing an incisor gap, as well as the fact that most of her lower jaw teeth are notably crooked, as if someone took a handful of differently colored teeth and just pressed them into her gums until they stuck. Still, there's no doubt that this imperfect smile has a charming and unique quality. A greeting soon follows. Good day to you, mister. My name is Zilla, and you must be hungry, she laughs. Do you know Mo? He has a stall on the lower level. The instant you mention his name, her so far pleasant and amiable face gets shattered by an erupting volcano of emotions, and its hot fragments fly toward your face, scorching it, yet she keeps silent, waiting for the inner boiling to die down, and soon enough it does, allowing her fissured, charred face to revolve back to the same one as before, almost the same. She speaks with a more reserved voice. We will not talk about him. Is that understood? Let's pretend you never mention him, and all will be well and hardcore. What did Mo ever do to deserve that much hate? We're not talking about him. Okay, on to another topic. What you got? So she sells food too, so I guess I could come here if John the Beautiful had a particular request. Interesting. Alright, and then let's just check out the train. And where can we go on the train? Wow. We can go to the Epi 1 lab, the university, or Fort Apogee. And so I'm going to go to Fort Apogee, not because I believe that Whit Nozick will be here, but because I do have quests I can do here, and it might be a good place to start and get my foot in the door if I do some quests with the Protectorate. So I need to go to see Consul Oliver and think about the Protectorate. So the Protectorate did have some involvement in Biocore, like they bought it eventually, or they took it over eventually, so maybe that could also lead me on the path. Alright, here I am in Upper Underrail. Time to explore. Wow, and this looks much more like a subway system that you know, we would be accustomed to today, whatever that necessarily means. Somebody is apparently drilling. Let me go down the steps here, see what's happening. And where am I? What is this? Oh, there's like working nice bathrooms. Upper Underrail seems to be okay. Okay, there's a heavy gunner. The guard gestures you to stop. Hold it right there, citizen. You're about to enter Underrail Protectorate territory. Admittance is not allowed without proper clearance. Therefore, I must ask you to state your business here. My name's Dr. Incompetent, and I was sent here by Ambassador Athanas in order to speak to Consul Oliver. The guard visually inspects you before replying. I would need to confirm that. Dr. Incompetent, is that what you said? Yeah, that's right. Very well, please wait here. I'll be with you shortly. Oh, you're gonna get good news on your radio, dude. True to his words, the guard returns quickly. You are allowed entry, sir. I must ask you to holster all visible weapons, grenades, and otherwise potentially dangerous equipment before you enter the consulate. Failure to do so will be interpreted as a sign of hostility and will be dealt with accordingly and swiftly. Keep that in mind. To get to the consulate, you need to head straight forward, then left into the main hall, take the northern set of stairs, and afterward, take the second door to the right to get to the consul's office. Do not deviate from my directions. You are not allowed entry into any other section of the base. I hope I made everything clear. You may proceed. Okay, it wasn't clear, but let me see. He's saying, go forward, northern steps, second door on the right. Okay. Oh, I see. It's like a guy in a mech suit drilling with drill arms. It's a dreadnought, maybe to clear away some debris from an earthquake caused by the Faceless. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go into my inventory, and we're just going to, you know, take off all weapons and grenades and tasers and anything that they could interpret as dangerous, I guess. I'm going to save it so that I don't automatically aggro them and kind of walk in. And are you okay with this? Okay. I can't go that way. I can go this way. And then he said, to go here, take the northern set of stairs. Is that what his remark was? Oh, wow. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong, but no, the military base that I came through when I was doing the rifts was not this one. It had different music and everything. It's just a military base. All right, this would be the northern steps, right? So I'm just going to roll over here. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I am not hostile. Please don't kill me with your dreadnoughts. Boy, I'd love to get one of those dreadnoughts for myself. It would be... It's like the prawn suit in Subnautica. I would feel very comfortable. Second door on the right, which is this one. And... here's Nancy. What's up, Nancy? Take the door behind me. The council is expecting me. Okay, sure. Now, I will say, it's probably a graphical limitation, but I do feel bad for Nancy that she doesn't have a chair behind her desk. She has a very nice laser printer here, a camera watching her every move, which is unsettling, and the beautiful filing cabinets that we know and love so well. I'm going in. What do we got here? Consul Oliver. Ooh, he kind of has a mean face. The council is looking at his mobile computer as you step into his office, which is enormous. He says something into it before placing it aside and rising to greet you, even though certain facial features give away his age. Oh, he doesn't look that old in his little picture there, which you suspect is around to 50 years. His athletic physique and energetic handshake projects an image of someone much younger than that. He shakes your hand, smiles with a white smile, almost identical to the one you saw on Ambassador Athanas, and speaks. "Welcome to the United Stations Consulate, Dr. Incompetent. It is a pleasure to have you here." "That's great to meet you, too, Ollie." "So it is. Mutual. Ha 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 ha. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Incompetent. It must have been a long journey." Actually, it really wasn't that bad. The train did well. From junkyard to here. Oh, if you mean like my entire journey from waking up in Southgate Station, yes, it has been months in the making. Fort Apogee is most certainly not in the neighborhood, I can tell you that. "You are right, Dr. Incompetent. It is not. We're separated from the lower region by Core City, and you know what the situation is like there, I'm certain." Yeah, I dominated. Perhaps you're a fan? "Shall we get down to business? The ambassador informed me that he told you about why you're here, or, better yet, what you will be doing here if you choose to join the Protectorate. Since you've made such a long journey here, I have no doubts you'll soon be one of us, so to speak." God, that sounds creepy. "However, you'll decide that upon discussing it with the Colonel." Now, do you have any additional questions before we move on to the next phase? Did you understand everything so far? "The ambassador told me I'll be performing important tasks for the Protectorate. Can you tell me more about that?" That question's more suited for the Colonel. Excuse me, Colonel Cathcart, who will quite soon become your superior officer. Still, know that everything you do will be for the ultimate betterment of the region. Most military operations here relate to fighting bandits or the dreadful free drones. Again, all for the betterment of the citizenry and the region. You will, as I was told, be tasked with performing things of greater importance. Why did Ambassador Athanas send me to you and not directly to the commanding officer of Fort Apogee? The reason for that is simple, Dr. Incompetent. You will have a dual purpose here. Let's call it like that. On one side, you're a member of Southgate Station, our trading partner, and hopefully one day a full member. We already cooperate with Miss Vera Hale, but on a limited scale. With you here, we are building a closer diplomatic connection with SGS, and that's why it's desirable for the two of us to get to know each other well. Also, we're taking a slight detour when it comes to you becoming a member of the armed forces. This is usually not the way the willing join Underrail Protectorate ranks, am I right? Don't worry, we've already convinced the Colonel, and I'm sure he'll see your qualities quickly, which brings us to the other part of that dual purpose I was telling you about. Right, you don't want me strictly on the books until you can see if I'm trustworthy. I get it. But I better leave that part to the Colonel. He's certainly better suited for it than I am. Okay? Who's in charge? Colonel Frederick Cathcart. He's been in charge since Fort Apogee's deployment. You'll meet him soon enough. I'm good. We can move on. Excellent. That's important. Everything should be clear. Now we can proceed. The next step should be meeting the Colonel. Now, I've already talked to him about the train, the free drones, the political situation, etc. Just so you know that he's familiar with the details. You should see him now. His office is right next to mine. After you're done with him, please come see me once you have the time. I have something I wish to discuss with you. That is that, Dr. Incompetent. Talk to the Colonel, and we will see each other later. Au revoir. What? Wait, there's like a French influence here? Or he's just a... Anyway. It's a little holdover from the pre-collapse days. So, just to speak widely, this is my first playthrough of the game, as you know. I don't know what I'm doing. I've decided to join Oculus. I am also a member of Southgate Station and have stuck with them. I entered the arena. I helped out a gang in Junkyard. I joined Cortec, and now I'm probably going to join the Protectorate. I'm not like super excited about it, okay? I'm not entirely against the free drones. I think they probably have a legitimate beef, but just for the sake of this, I'm going to say that I think that the United Stations, the Protectorate, they have the resources to try to give just the average working person a safer and better life. And I'm interested in that, even if it means some corporate militaristic propaganda garbage. You know, we'll see. But it might hinge on how the Colonel comes across. If he's just like a megalomaniacal dictator, well, maybe not. There he is. Well, look, even this guy doesn't get a chair, and he's got papers strewn all about his desk. Interesting. Colonel Cathcart. Yes? Says the man behind the table with a heavy, booming voice. He's an older gentleman of high rank, as his general appearance suggests. But not a general, a colonel. You notice him squinting at you, and you observe his eyes working hard to keep you in focus and the image clear. He's been drinking. No. His eyesight must not be as precise as it once probably was. Still, other than that, he seems to be in good shape for a man of his age. He is 100. I talked to Consul Oliver, and he told me to see you. So that part is done. Good, very good. And now, allow me to properly introduce myself. I am Colonel Frederick Cathcart, Base Commander of Fort Apogee, the headquarters of Underrail Protectorate Military Operations in South Underrail. Your name is known to me already, Dr. Incompetent. I have heard a lot about you so far, and I've yet to confirm if all that is indeed true. Care for a cup of mushroom tea? Ooh, gross. What, you been hanging out with the dude? Yeah, sure, I'll drink that with you. That's what I like to hear, Dr. Incompetent. He lifts the phone from the base and presses a few buttons. Miss Trey, would you be so kind to order 2 cups of mushroom tea for me and my guest? Excellent. In my office. Right. Good. He hangs up. He leans back in his chair. Now we wait. Where were we? Yes. From what I understand, you want to join the Protectorate forces. Why is that, Dr. Incompetent? What's your take on this hell we live in? Out of all these different factions you could choose from, why Underrail Protectorate? I see the Protectorate as the future of Underrail. I believe unifying the stations under a single rule is the proper way to make Underrail safe and prosperous. And again, I know that there's extreme shortcomings to something like this, but seeing how varied station life is, you know, when I see, for example, the life in Junkyard or the life in Rail Crossing or Foundry or any of, God forbid, the smaller, barely strung together stations, I feel like if they had a little bit more resources, even if it meant, you know, a military kind of like police boot presence, maybe that would offer some defense. I don't want to say this option because I do want to help South Underrail by fighting raiders, bandits, but I don't want to just call the free drones filthy. I'm not convinced of that. Protectorate's the largest and most powerful faction in Underrail. It can offer me safety, a steady job, and respect. Yet my ego and my safety and my financial security are all not concerns for me. I've got a mansion for myself in Core City. I can keep myself safe. And I've got the respect as the Invictus. And, you know, just as a general do-gooder. So I'll say the first option. Correct. What you said is true, Dr. Incompetent. Just let me tell you one thing, because I have a feeling that there could be some misunderstanding. It is true. We want the world to be unified, safe, and, as you put it, prosperous, but if you have any dreams of it being done in a completely diplomatic way, you are wrong. The reason Protectorate exists is so that those who cannot be reasoned with can be stopped from undoing what we're building here. Like those free drones, they're anarchists. Do you know what anarchism is? Yep. Chaos. Complete chaos. You can't negotiate that. So in that very extreme case, we need to act appropriately. We're not savages, we don't abuse our power, but when diplomacy can't be applied, force must be. And this is just kind of like I hate this option 99% of the time. I would like there to be a peaceable way to negotiate all problems, but realistically, sometimes that just can't be. And in this situation, when everything is so tenuous and hangs in the balance, I just don't think you have enough wiggle room to really worry about that, and that there's going to be some disasters that have to be consequences of unifying the stations, and that's just a terrible reality, but it seems like it's the lesser of two evils, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the woman you saw out front enters the office. I get the feeling that they're going to have me go obliterate free drones, and I feel not good about it. Colonel smiles. Miss Trey, how lovely. One is for Mr. Dr. Incompetent and one for me. I love how they call me Mr. Dr. Incompetent. Thank you. She puts the cups down and leaves the office. Well, now that the tea is here, how about I explain to you your duties here and all the other necessities? He takes a sip. Oh, good, good, good. Nice and hot. So listen up. I will say, just as like a general comment, I know that they have female soldiers in the Protectorate, but this hierarchy here seems very patriarchal. Like they have a female secretary getting food and greeting people, serving the male bosses. I'm not really excited about that anachronistic, and sexist distribution of labor. But then again, I haven't seen the entire operation, so this might be... Maybe they have lots of male secretaries and female generals in other places. So listen up. Dr. Incompetent, you will, should you choose so, become a member of the Underrail Protectorate. You will not be a part of any existing force. Okay? Your role will be a little bit more specialized. We're going to call you the Unbridled Murderous Assassin Death Weapon. It's a little, company lingo. I'll be your commanding officer, and you will answer directly to me and me only. My word is the law here, remember that. So does that sound acceptable to you? Will you join the Protectorate? Yeah, it's acceptable. I'm ready to join. Very good, very good. You will refer to me as Sir. I don't know about that. And according to proper military etiquette, a junior officer always salutes his superior first. That's not happening. I suggest you familiarize yourself with proper military etiquette, because from now on, I will accept no excuses. Am I clear so far? Oh, God. Fine. For now, just I'll play your game, but we'll see how this goes, buddy. Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. For your assistance in the recovery of the captured train and for dedication to Protectorate, you're promoted to the rank of Corporal. And with that, you're allowed nearly full access to Fort Apogee, its food service, armory, mechanical shop, sleeping and training quarters, and so forth. While we're at it, you are advised to see Staff Sergeant Frazier when you have the time. He's in charge of your payment, and you can purchase equipment from him at any time. Do note that you will need United Stations dollars to purchase anything in Fort Apogee. God. Okay. Staff Sergeant can also help you that. So you don't take Karens up here, is what you're telling me? Thank you, sir. Is that all? Thank me by showing me your dedication to the Protectorate and the United Stations. We're far from over, Corporal. It just so happens that I have a mission for you. Let's see what you're made of. Okay. I'm ready, but let me get some more backstory. What can you tell me about the fort? Corporal, as you can witness for yourself, Fort Apogee is the main Protectorate base in South Underrail. Yeah, it's quite formidable. It's been 5 years since Protectorate first arrived to the south, and we plan to stay here until law and order are brought to this hell. I'm glad that Colonel Cathcart calls it as it is. It is hell. I mean, as soon as you walk outside any of the bases, you're just mauled by rat hounds, lurkers, drugged out bandits, and worse. It's nightmarish. It is hell, Corporal. You know it yourself. There were many obstacles in our way. Some are still present, but Fort Apogee still stands. True, we're being resisted by anarchists, bandits, and the like, but those are easy to deal with most of the time due to our military superiority. Logistics, that's a bigger issue, but the bad public opinion of the Protectorate is perhaps the largest obstacle we have to overcome, unfortunately. Fort Apogee should be the symbol of law, order, protection, not tyranny and oppression, as anarchists constantly claim. Yeah, that's the downside, and it's something we are working hard on, Corporal. We are tyrannically and oppressively working to root out these anarchists. Let me change my lingo. You're a part of the Protectorate now. Never forget why we're here and what we fight for. Okay. Let's see. What can you tell me about the Council? Council Oliver is a man of diplomacy, which is desirable, kind of, considering he is the Council, he chuckles. I have great respect for him, not really, and can rely on him. I must add that I am not someone who firmly believes that all issues can be resolved through superior firepower. Okay, good, so he is diplomatic. But there are many occasions where that is exactly the case, indeed, and that is the reason Protectorate exists in the first place. When all hell breaks loose, it is our duty to deal with it and enforce order. Council Oliver, unfortunately, often fails to realize that and comes to my office proposing certain diplomatic alternatives, ones I know can't be applied in this particular case. Impossible, Corporal. Sometimes it's just impossible. Luckily, in those situations, I make the final decisions by brandishing my firearm in the Council's face, and he surprisingly acquiesces to my whims. No matter how difficult they sometimes are, let's get the briefing. That's what I like to hear. Listen up. Your first mission, I'm sending you to EPA 1 Lab, currently under Protectorate control. It's here in Upper Underrail, to the west of Fort Apogee. EPA 1 Lab, a relic from the times of Biocore. Corporal, ooh, cool, I'll get to see some more Biocore stuff. Abandoned a long time ago. What you need to know is it's now under Protectorate control and is a strategic location of extreme importance. Well, hopefully by going into this place, I can actually get more information about my Oculus mission. So I was contacted by Captain Blackwall, the commanding officer there, and he informed me his patrols reported several strange sightings in the vicinity of EPI 1 Lab. You're to report to the captain and assist him with his little problem. Once you're finished with him, report back to me. Am I clear so far? Yes, sir. Loud and clear, sir. Good. That's what I like to hear. Anything else you want to know before you head there? Directions? There are two ways to get there, starting from Fort Apogee. If you head north and you turn south at the first intersection. If you head south, you turn north at the first intersection. I'm not sure I catch your meaning. So go north and then turn south. Or go south and then turn north. You're confusing me. You know you're on the right track if you follow the blue metro line. It will lead you to the train station that takes you to EPI 1 Lab. Alright, thanks, buddy. Alright, let me actually make a note. So, head north, turn south at intersection, follow blue metro line to EPI 1 Lab. Okay, so these are the directions, so hopefully these can help me get there. And then let's talk to our buddy, Council Oliver. Corporal, come in, what can I do for you? Well, you told me you wanted to discuss something with me? Indeed. The situation I'm about to explain is not something that occurs often. In all honesty, this is the first time it has happened, at least as far as I'm aware. Perhaps that is the reason the Colonel asked for my opinion on this. Can you tell me what happened? Yes, I can. He takes a deep breath. We have a problem with several Protectorate soldiers that have gone renegade. It happened before you arrived, not too long ago. A squad under the command of SFC Timothy Holloway has simply left Fort Apogee. No one ever said anything, nothing happened that could suggest why they'd leave, nothing. Nothing at all, they simply left. SFC? Sergeant First Class. Please, Corporal. Do you know where they are now? They've entrenched themselves, or so I've been told, in one of the stations. For crying out loud, he takes a moment to think. Yes, Dolo Center, that's it. It's all the way to the west, past Core City Station. Um, so I'm guessing you want me to talk to them, right? Bravo, Corporal, bravo. That's exactly what I want you to do. Find them and negotiate their return. The offense is quite serious, and the colonel was ready to take drastic measures. I convinced him to allow me to send someone to attempt a more diplomatic approach. First, that's me, Mr. Diplomacy. You're an outsider, dear Corporal. I know I am. I'm glad that I'm dear to you. Or you were when the sergeant's squad went renegade, so it's my belief that they should feel less threatened by you. If you play your cards right, you were in no way connected to any of the recent goings-on in Fort Apogee. You couldn't have been, so the more neutral they perceive you to be, the better. What will happen if I convince them to come back? As I said before, what they did is a serious offense. Court-martial most certainly awaits them, and the usual penalty for desertion is, well, death. However, if they surrender peacefully, return might be a better word. If they return peacefully, then perhaps their punishment won't be as severe. Perhaps that's not much to really motivate people, considering that SFC Holloway has an outstanding record. Everything's up to Colonel Cathcart in the end. So what do you say about this? I'll do it. Sure, I'll go talk to him. Bravo. I've just told you everything I know, dear Corporal. If you need more information, the Colonel is your best bet. Good luck on your mission. All right. So now they're saying west of Core City equals Dolos Center or something like that. SFC Holloway and Renegades there. Okay. Alright. Now let's go back and talk to this guy. Oh, dear God. About the Renegade soldiers, sir. So the council told you about those deserters. They're a disgrace, Corporal. A true disgrace to everything we stand for. What is it you wanted to ask? Do you know why they deserted? I don't know the exact reason, Corporal, although I was told by some of the officers that Holloway started acting strangely, that he was becoming more unstable, even threatened one of them, as I was told once. Did they come back from a mission before they left, or did something happen in the base, perhaps? The Colonel hesitates for a second. All the mission details that the Sergeant Squad were a part of are classified, therefore I can't comment on them. Next question? Why didn't you send troops to apprehend them? Corporal, the penalty for desertion is death. Has been, and always will be, hopefully. If this were anything else, I'd have sent troops to apprehend the deserters without delay and court-martial them. If they couldn't be apprehended, well, they'd be executed, pure and simple. But Tim Holloway is a decorated veteran who has served his duty with excellent dedication and results, so I'm willing to be... He struggles to find the right word. A bit more tolerant? If, and only if they surrender immediately. If they refuse, Corporal, it will be interpreted as a sign of aggression, and they'll have to be dealt with. What can you tell me about this guy? Tim is a decorated veteran. He and his men are some of the best in the force. They've been through a lot of dangerous missions, some pure hell, and have shown dedication, bravery, and honor. Yet they deserted the Protectorate and did so in a critical period. Some officers told me he was starting to lose it, but I don't know. The only reason we're trying to negotiate this is because of a bunch of his squad's previous record, nothing else. Punishment awaits them, that is certain, but if they show reason, it might mitigate their sentence. Okay. And what should I do if they fail? I know the answer. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, then by all means you're allowed to defend yourself. Otherwise, just report back to Consulate. We'll do the rest. What would happen to the rest of the squad if SFC Holloway was somehow removed? Removed? Well, Corporal, I don't know what would happen. Those men are loyal to him, but I think they could perhaps be easier to convince to surrender in that case, or they could decide to go out in the blaze of glory. One can never be sure. Alright then. Thanks, buddy. Alright, so now we know. And we've got 2 missions. Beautiful. Well, everyone, I think this is a good place to end this particular episode. We have got to Fort Apogee, and we got 2 missions, and we can go do those. I want to go quickly pick up the waypoint that's below this fort. I understand it's somewhere, I think, on the lower level. I'll have to look at the wiki just to be sure of that so I can find the rift and teleport back and forth. My buddy Jean-Paul was saying that I should... look at I'm sorry, Jean-Luc was saying I should look at the holographic map back in Oculus. So if I can find the rift here, then I can use that rift to go back to Oculus, check out the map, see if I can find any more information about the scientist that I'm looking for Oculus, and then maybe kill two birds with one stone at the EPA 1 lab. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an excellent evening or day. I'll check you next time. Take care.